is how so I'm listening to there's been more than one guy, but I've noticed that it's people are starting to wake up from this Jesus thing. Thank goodness. Because you common sense is starting to come back to the people, and a lot of people don't understand that we were put to sleep. Like we were given alright, I'm gonna put it to you like this, right? If you really sit back and think, right, and look at the way people thought 10 years from now, and you say to yourself, how the hell did we fall for this, right? For certain things, like how did we just not even, like we were just, it just seemed like we were just falling for anything, like we were just dumb as hell, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta understand that the Most High put that state on us. Remember, he said, I will cause you. That's the part a lot of people don't understand. It says, I will cause you. Cause. That means I'm gonna make you worship other gods. Remember that. That's in Isaiah. It tells you that he will cause us to worship other gods, right? So, but a time is coming where he says he's going to start calling his people out. Come out of her, right? Wake the fuck up. Now, there's some of us that's not going to want to wake up. Some of us that don't want to wake up. Some of us actually like being punished, which is weird, but... And then some of us don't really understand that this is not a blessing. Like, they... See, when you've been led to a place where you really think you're being blessed and don't understand that this is a punishment, but you think it's a blessing, then that's what you're going to believe. So when you hear people say that I'm blessed, you know what I mean? Like, I want y'all to, like, any way you look at it, right? I want y'all to think about this, right? When you read the curses of Deuteronomy 28:15 on down, right? One of the curses, he says that you will be oppressed and crushed. I want you to think about what I just said. He said you will be oppressed and crushed always, wherever you go, till thou be destroyed. Forever, right? So you need to ask yourself a question. What are you talking about being blessed? Because he's not talking about blessing you. It tells you after he tears down this system. Well, the funny thing is, he says he's gonna cause them to tear down their own system that they built. He said he's gonna cause them to destroy what they built. They're gonna tear it down, right? But he says that after that, then he will open his storehouse of blessings and send the former rains and all that, and everything. So if you think, and then also tell you too not to want the things that they have, like these trinkets, like the cars and the stuff, all the stuff they have. You don't supposed to want it. You know what I'm saying? We understand. It's an understanding thing where if you gotta survive in some type of culture, you know what I mean? You gotta get certain things. That's understandable. But when you run around trying to get Bentleys and Benzes and all this crazy shit, and I'm not telling you to not try to be comfortable, but don't be greedy. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing, the greed. Don't take on that greed characteristic. But at the end of the day, he's pretty much telling you, I'm not blessing you. And he says, when you cry out for me, I will turn my face, right? So how is that? Who's blessing you then? So when you hear people say they blessed and highly favored, it's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And if you worship in another God, then you're worshiping the devil, because there is no other gods. They're not real. And the ones that people spoke of, like attributes of other gods, those were men that died, that people deified. You know what I'm saying? People deified those men. Man made them out to be these superior beings. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta think, man. You gotta think. You gotta look at the whole story, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing, and realize that you're not being blessed. And that's like a falsehood that a lot of church people live in. They live in being blessed, and they don't understand they're not. You can't take the words of the Most High and turn around and say, yeah, he's blessing me. And then, like, also, like, this is my thing. And I sit here and I watch this shit all the time. You got people that read the Torah and then turn around and read that new frequency. You know what I'm saying? And literally try to put them two together. They do. And sometimes when they put certain things together, because, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Look, I'm gonna show you how they're able to put certain scriptures together to make it sound like it's talking about that, because it is the word of the Most High that was taken and twisted. You see what I'm saying? It was twisted to fit a narrative. So that's how they are able to deceive a lot of people. But when you sit back and you keep digging and you reading and you're looking, you start to see. You can tell it's two different people. You can tell. You can literally tell. You know what I'm saying? Well, like two different personalities. Put it that way. You know, that's like, all right, if you come in my house, right? And my house is strictly about my rules of my house, right? The one thing I stress is you keep my goddamn rules in my house, right? And I run down my rules to you, right? And then you may call it throwing it in your face, but I'll say I'm reminding you, right? But you may take it as me throwing it in your face, but I'm going to remind you. So I will tell you that I took you out of the predicament you was in and brung you into my home, right? And I have rules and you have to follow them. Or, you know, you can go back to the predicament you was in, right? So I'm going to keep reminding you of that, because you need to know. So every time you break my rules, I got to remind you. Hey, listen, remember this. Don't get big-headed. You was just in a situation. But now you in here talking about what you ain't gonna do in my house. And this is my house, not yours. You know what I'm saying? Funny thing is, that's exactly what I'm going to do with my damn son. Like, I had to, you know, put his ass on a reminder list. Nigga, this ain't your fucking house. Not to be calling my son a nigga, but y'all know what I mean. That's just sometimes I use it, well, we use it as a figure of speech, like nigga, like, you know, but irregardless, this ain't your house. This house has rules, and you're not going to do what the hell you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you ain't paying no damn bills. So, so with me stressing my bills, right? Me sitting down and saying, this is what's important to me. You keeping my rules, right? You doing what I say that needs to be done in my home. And then you in my house still, and let's just say I'm irritated with you, right? So I go on vacation, and somebody comes there that look just like me, but now he telling you, oh, you ain't got to keep my rules. Yeah, don't worry about it. If you break that, I'ma turn the other cheek. All you gotta do is just call my name. That's not me. You can't tell that that's a different personality. You can't tell that somebody's mimicking me. They look like me, they sound like me, but they're not giving you my person. My personality is not emanating. That means you can tell the difference. You can literally tell, like, hey, that's not him. I don't know who the fuck that is, but that ain't him. It look like his ass, it sound like his ass, but that ain't him. The one thing that motherfucker do, he don't play about them goddamn rules. And that's what you pretty much going through right now. You're reading the Torah, and the Torah is my laws. I took y'all out of this situation. I'm the one that freed y'all from captivity. I'm the one that did this. I did this. I saved you. Right? My laws. You gotta keep my laws. Then you break my laws, I'm pretty much done with you. Like for a time, I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm gonna let you see what happens when you don't want to hear what the fuck I got to say. So I leave you to your own devices, and here comes this imposter that you think is me, and now all of a sudden, I don't care about my laws. All I want you to do is just love me. I don't care. Turn the other cheek, all this, all that. Love, love, love. Something ain't right there. Y'all don't see a problem with that? That should be a problem. Because my thing is, how do you read a book, right? And in the book, if everybody that read the Bible or read the Torah said that they read it, the number one thing, there's one thing in that book that everybody should pay attention to. It says, I change not. I am the same today, tomorrow, and always, right? I don't change. So if somebody tell you, I don't change, I am what I am, right? I'm never going to change. I'm always going to be who I am, who I tell you I am, and who I showed you I am. Why would you sit there and say, he changed, when I'm clearly telling you I didn't change? Why would you? I don't understand that. That's like, that's weird. That's very weird. That is very weird. There's no way you should be saying that I changed when I'm telling you I don't. I'm not going to stop being who I am. Why would you say that if I clearly told you that? Then I tell you, yo, don't add to or take away from what I'm saying to you. Don't do that. And then you turn around and they do it, and you know they doing it because they clearly tell you, I'm going to add another law. And you literally like, yeah, he gave us another law. Like, you got to know that you're not worshiping the Creator. It's no way you can't know. Now, I understand when he has you in a delusional state, right? Because he did put us in a state. That's why we fell for what we fell for. But at this point, you just don't give a fuck. Anybody that's still going to church is still believing in dude, you don't care. You have an agenda. Either you don't give a damn, or you got an agenda. You're making money off of it. Something's going on. Something's going on, because there's no way that a young child could say to me, why do it sound like it's two different people in this book? A child. But you telling me your big grown ass can't figure this out? Or don't see it? Or is it that you don't want to see it? Or is your ass that damn sleep? You still ain't come out of your slumber? The mental, you still fucking like out of it? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, no. There's no way you can't see this shit. It's that evident. It's like right there in your face. It's right there in your face. You can't even prove of somebody being born that's supposed to be the only child of the Creator. Where he clearly tell you in the second book in Exodus, Israel is my firstborn. Israel is my only begotten. So if the Most High tell you that in the second book, what are you talking about? How do you still sit there and say, but what? If I tell you that Fontaine is my only child, my firstborn, how the fuck you gonna say my son Javier is my firstborn? And I'm telling you who my firstborn is. You see what I'm saying? That's just weirdo stuff. That don't make sense. If you read Exodus 4:20, it clearly tells you, Israel is my firstborn, my only child. So why the hell are you reading anything else? Why do you think somebody else is? Answer that one for me. Answer that one. But I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Y'all let me know what you think. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Shalom.